Hello, guys, and welcome back to Zimmer's Film Club. I'm here with Mom,
Hi.
me, of course,
Of course.
and behind us.
No. Daddy doesn't want to take his picture when he's just waking up because it's so early in the freaking morning. Yeah, we're doing a morning review today.
Yeah. So, the 2 days ago, I began watching Fantastic Beasts.
The first movie.
Yeah, the first one, not the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And I finished it last afternoon.
Yeah.
It was surprisingly shorter than I thought it would.
Be.
The Rotten Tomatoes website said it was going to be 2 hours and 12 minutes, but in reality, it's like 2 hours and 9 minutes.
Okay, cool.
And I think the rest of those minutes was just like seeing the credits roll.
Yeah. And you
But
don't
anyways-
bother with the credits.
Yeah. But anyways, what did I think of the movie? Let's find out and start off with the story. Now, if there's anything I can compliment the story on, is that first off, it builds up on the atmosphere. More as the movie goes on.
Oh, okay.
It goes on. It began as just a regular old city, but still there are some strange happenings out there, as you can see by the buildings.
Yeah, being
And then
crushed.
slowly it turns worse and worse.
Yeah.
To the point where they consider even a town with massive rain on it a better place to live in.
True.
I would actually consider that being a better place to live in.
You would like that.
And if there's one thing I've learned from this movie, review-wise, is if you're gonna make a book adaptation, make the movie accessible to both fans and non-fans of the book.
Okay, very good. What do you mean by that?
So you don't need to purposefully tell us all of the little details from the books, because it would drag on, and maybe it couldn't even fit the entirety of the movie, but like 2/3 of it. I also don't need to especially tell us what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you need to imply just a bit of stuff so that it will be a bit more clear.
I
For
see.
example, they clarified that Muggles are non-mags, and non-mags are people that can't use magic.
Yeah. And that's important for someone who doesn't know Harry Potter,
Yes,
the Harry Potter universe.
yeah, but then there are a few problems.
Okay.
First off are the Fantastic Beasts themselves. Now, I like that they were more than just a bunch of fantastical beasts roaming around the city. But the serious plot with them feels like a stark tonal shift from some of the slapsticky things that happened before.
I agree with you.
Also, while I get that the slapstick with them is necessary,
Yeah.
it isn't really funny, and it feels like it's pandering to all the children who come see this movie. As again, this is a Harry Potter movie, not a Maze Runner movie.
Yeah. So it didn't really.
So the
Do it for you.
PG-13 rating doesn't really mean more than just a PG like with Lord of the Rings or Star Wars.
Okay. What
But it is nice seeing them in action.
Yeah.
And then there's the romance. Yes, there is actually romance in this film. It's between the main character's friend
Mm-hmm.
and the main female character's sister.
It's true.
And they began forming this sort of bond. While it is nice that they have a bit of friendly dialogue exchange,
Mm-hmm.
it's all very brief
Yes.
and doesn't really have much to do with the main story.
That's true. It's beside the main story.
Yeah.
Did you like the friend of the main character, Kowalski?
Yeah, but we'll get to him later.
Okay, sorry. Continue.
Anyways, let's talk about the visuals,
Okay.
which are great.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are.
Now, the city delivers a regular city, but you can tell there's something sinister going on.
True. Mm-hmm.
The dimensions that Kowalski and his friend go to with all the beasts are gorgeous, and the beasts are
Yeah.
gorgeous themselves.
I agree.
There's this plant thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they still don't know how it manages to move around with such minimalistic designs to this day.
That's awesome. Yeah, I agree.
And the effects are also really good, especially in the scene where the main female character's sister serves food to the main character's friend,
Yeah.
and the giant
He
And-
almost faints at this point. I think.
and the giant monster thingy at the end.
Yeah.
It ends up being the main cause of the conflict.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. It's very well done. Visually.
So yeah, the visuals are very good.
Mm-hmm.
Are very good. Even for the budget they have. Wait, do they have a low budget? I don't think they have a low budget.
They had a good budget, I think. It's a J.K.
Yeah, but
Rowling
it looks
movie.
like they had a bit of a low budget.
You think?
And that's... No, not really.
I think.
I think the reason why it looks like an older film is that it's so bleak and
Yeah, it's supposed to. It's set in New York of the 30s or
of the
something?
20s, around the
20s.
same time that the Great Depression happened,
So
and plenty of monsters were roaming the city, and
yeah, I think. I mean, they don't have like these many celebrity actors.
Yeah.
So I think, but I do think they had some budget for the visuals, for the CGI, etc.
now let's get to the main characters.
Okay.
Starting off with Newt Scamander, voiced by Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah.
Now, he may have done some jerkish things, but most of the jerkish things he's done is simply to protect him and the people he loves.
Okay.
And if there's anything to be taught from this movie is that sometimes we make decisions that are unusual because we sometimes feel things strongly.
Okay.
And that's actually,
And we need to follow our feelings.
yeah,
Okay. See, that's very, very thorough.
yeah. So even if it's a Harry Potter film with no straight message,
Mm-hmm.
I could learn some things from it.
Yeah, definitely. So, Newt.
Then there's his best friend,
Mm-hmm.
Kowalski,
Yeah. Don't say that.
who is just a person trying to live a regular life and trying to make his family better. And that's becoming harder and harder as the movie goes on. And I find it really admirable.
Yeah, me too. I think he's a great character.
The main villains are also pretty interesting.
Mhm.
Like for example, the villain's minion. The villain's minion is actually the more interesting one. After discovering that the villain betrayed him after all this time, he decides to go on his own quest, but ends up being even more evil than the villain.
Yes. Because he loses control.
Yeah, and the villain himself ultimately ends up partnering with Newt, but after his partner dies, he has to fight Newt again,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
although he doesn't get locked up.
Yes.
And then there are the Fantastic Beasts themselves. While there are a variety of Fantastic Beasts which are all very fascinating to look at, they don't have much of a personality on their own.
I agree. Except for that little leaf thingy. Right?
The rest of the side characters are just there, but I did really like the kid.
The girl?
Yeah, the little girl.
Yeah, she's creepy.
Mainly because of her performance, like she's trying to maintain her childish enthusiasm about everything, but also slowly understanding the world around her.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And I think she really loves Credence, the older boy, right?
I don't know who the older.
The who you called the villain, one of the villains.
Yeah. No. The movie might have the best cast of characters, but most of the characters do deliver their own personality and even a bit of development to make them interesting enough. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is a great prequel to Harry Potter, and also pretty good for people who haven't even read the books. By the way, there's something I forgot to mention. I was never the biggest Harry Potter fan.
Okay.
Now, I've read every book up to the 6th one, and that's where I've lost track of where I was going. Tried to watch the first Harry Potter movie, was boring.
Yeah, the movies.
Might watch it again.
Okay. I didn't like the movies.
Just to prove that I don't have a short attention span.
Yes.
And seriously, over the past few weeks, I've been seriously re-aggregating my scores for these movies. Like, for example, The Incredibles 2 score, for me, dropped from a 7.1 to a 5.1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's quite a drop.
And Ferdinand went from 4.2 to 5 out of 10.
Wow. From what? From 4.2 to 5. So it went up.
Yeah.
A little.
Ever so slightly. It's still mediocre.
Okay.
And Trolls?
Trolls didn't change at all.
Okay.
Still a 10.
No. I gave it a 5. And I think that's what it deserves.
I would even. Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, Fantastic Beasts. Story 8 out of 10. Visuals 10 out of 10. Characters 7 out of 10. Overall 8.1
Okay.
out of 10.
Good rating.
So we were a bit late considering I had a super short attention span.
No, you don't.
And maybe it's because the computer screen was just too small
Yeah, it was a bit.
to watch movies on.
This is a movie.
But if you are watching on a computer screen, I recommend using headphones because it makes you pay greater attention to what's going on.
Good tip.
But anyways, coming later this week is a review of
Yeah.
Ralph Breaks the Internet has gotten positive reviews. No matter how good the reviews get, I'm not excited for it at all.
No, me neither.
But I'm also gonna review the first Creed movie, considering that Creed 2 is coming out.
Creed? Like the boxing thing? What? Okay, we'll talk about
I
this
mean, it is
later.
rated PG-13.
Is it now?
Yes, it is.
Okay. We
Let's
will
continue.
talk about this later.
And then the week after, we'll review Summer Wars in order to recover from all that Ragnarok 2.
Terrific. Yeah, a much needed recovery.
Now, end the year off by watching Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, an actually good animated movie from 2018. Yes. And then there's gonna be Robin Hood with my dad, and Mary Poppins with my grandparents.
True that.
By the way, my grandparents are the ones who started this up.
They have?
Yeah. So my grandparents gave me the suggestion, hey, why don't you make our own club for reviewing films.
And
And that's our own club for reviewing films. And that's exactly what this club is. A
Yes.
club for reviewing films. Bye, guys.
Bye.